Hello Internet, your friendly neighborhood Gremlin here, and today we're going to give Azalea a very green house. And I really hope it looks different from Dottie's. It is, I don't know, I would say it's essentially different from Dottie's, and I tried real hard to make sure that was true. And while I don't think this build is Dottie levels good, it is still pretty cute and I am pretty happy with it. So hopefully this will be okay. There are, however, a large amount of villagers who ask for specifically green builds. Like, I know Victoria asks for a yellow one and Apple, I guess, asks for red, but I don't know that there are other double color requests. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things, even things I've seen recently. So this could just be me being weird about it. But there are like 3 green ones, and so we are spacing them out as best as we can, because for some unknown reason, the 3 green guys are people who show up regularly on my island. I really need to figure out if this pool is a thing or if I am just insane, but I see the exact same villagers all of the time, and I haven't found Ruby yet, and all I want to do is find Ruby. So like, I don't really know, but I do think I just keep seeing the exact same villagers all the time. Sometimes we'll get a new one occasionally. Those are usually the ones I get really excited and pick, unless the request is stupid and sporty, so I don't really have any idea there. Anyway, we put a large amount of green furniture in the build. I'm gonna change that television to white later, because the white just feels less stark. I don't know, it still feels kind of weird because the TV face is also still black. And our girl ends up with an exceptional amount of seating. We've got 2 couches down here, a couch upstairs, and a chair, and like 3 dining chairs down here. So hopefully she's hosting. Or maybe she just likes to sit all her dolls up. I don't know that she has dolls, but she does have a lot of seating options in case she needs them. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just putting a bunch of shades of greens together and hoping, because they're all shades of green, that they just sort of go together. I understand that some of them aren't perfect, but that is just the curse of Animal Crossing. Anyway, I kind of wanted to talk about a weird thing that happened to me that is probably just me being paranoid, because that is how I live my life. Anyway, we are dog sitting, so when I get home from the hospital every day, I take the dog out for a walk, because I'm the only one who's willing to go on like a 45-minute to an hour walk with her, and like, I really don't mind. It's kind of nice. But we are walking in the park behind our house, which is just like a bunch of trees and paths and stuff, and also it's winter, so it's not like there's a huge amount of people around. Most of the walk is just me and Junie with no one else in sight. And on our route around the path, there's what I guess is just a detour. I don't know, imagine like the path goes straight and there's a semicircle that sort of hooks up on both ends. And it really brings you into a more like secluded area where there are even less people around, because usually when you're walking on the path, there's like houses and stuff. And because just like as a general rule, fewer people go down there, Junie really likes it. I'm assuming because there are more animals who run around, because there are lots of animals who are in that park. Deer and rabbits and coyotes and stuff. So I'm assuming that's why she likes it. Anyway, it brings her joy. So while it's always made me kind of nervous, it was a thing that we did because she liked it. And as we were on the semicircle, this guy comes up and I don't know, he just kind of gives me weird, creepy vibes. This again could be me being paranoid. But I don't know, I just didn't like the way he existed. That sounds weird. He didn't say anything to me or anything. We just sort of crossed paths and continued on. But the very next day, as we're sort of like walking towards this semicircle, there's another guy who comes up from behind us, and he also gives me these weird, creepy, unsettling vibes. And he was definitely walking very slowly, because he ended up staying pretty close to us the whole time. Usually when people walk past us, they just sort of keep going, because Junie stops to smell things a large amount of the time. It's not like we're just like walking at like a regular human pace. We stop every couple feet so we can sniff things. It wasn't like obviously slow, but for like quite a long ways up until like the bridge, I could see him the whole time. He didn't disappear into the distance the way you'd expect someone walking at a regular pace to do. And then he just kind of like stops on the bridge, which is right in front of this detour. And like maybe he's just meeting someone there or something. I don't know. I think he's looking at his phone. I don't entirely remember. He does a very weird thing, which is as we are approaching the bridge, he sort of turns and sort of walks towards us as he's going to head back the other direction. But when I look back a few minutes later, he's on the bridge again. But obviously we just kind of go past him because I'm feeling really nauseous that day, and there's no way I'm going down the detour because it's just going to take too long. I needed to get home because I felt pretty sick. And as we're walking, we run into the guy from the day before. He was on his phone. I definitely remember that he was on his phone. And this feels extremely weird because we take this walk at roughly the same time every day. I've never seen this man before yesterday. And he's sort of like checking his phone and headed in the direction of the bridge where the other guy is. Like maybe they are meeting together or something. And I mean, that really is just like the extent of our encounter. So I mean, I probably just sound crazy. But to be fair, I have not seen this man again since the day after the day I saw him the first time. So it's not like he was just taking a walk regularly or something. That's why he'd be there at the same time on both days. So like really all I have is just this like gut feeling that something was very wrong there, but we haven't taken the detour since, and I mean I feel bad for poor Junie, but also I don't want to be attacked or assaulted or kidnapped or whatever, because I mean Junie's little. She would not be able to protect me against 2 grown men. Sorry, I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to tell someone about it, and you people are the only people I talk to. Anyway, I'm sorry that took so long and we didn't talk a lot about the build, which was maybe a mistake. Genuinely, the only goal was to put a bunch of green things around, which is what we did. So like it probably wouldn't have been that interesting commentary anyway. If you liked the build or you just had a good time hanging out with me, you could hit that like button and leave me a comment down below on your thoughts on the build or literally anything at all. And if you think you might like to do this again sometime, you could hit that subscribe button. But I'll see y'all on Friday. Goodbye!